What's up, pit crew? Welcome to the nation. Today we're finishing out our custom interior trim project, so let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, for this part of the project, I'm going to be using some JB Weld with a, they call it a Easy Mixer. It's a mixing nozzle. And for the door pieces, I want to put a bead around the edge on the inside. Yeah, just right on this little edge right here. Okay? Now for this piece, I'm going to be going right up to this edge right here, all the way around. I want to keep the material off of here, or there will be fitment issues when I go to put this back together. And I want to keep the material off of here. So once I have this piece glued down, I'm gonna have to come back likely with a razor knife and just get as close as I can. These pieces, same thing, just right on that edge. This one's going to be a little bit tougher. I want to go on the inside here with my epoxy, and then I want to fold this piece into place. I'm going to save that for last because it's going to be the hardest. Since this is all glued down about as good as it's gonna get, I'm gonna go ahead and start trimming a little bit. Now where these door handles go, to get the Kevlar to kind of take the shape, gotta do some relief cuts. Now that we've got everything trimmed up, it's time to mix and apply the resin. Well, that's just about all we can do for now. Got to give this about 24 hours. And then hopefully we'll be ready to sand and clear coat. Well, obviously trim, final trim, sand and clear coat. Well, 3 coats of resin and a day later, this is what we've got. As you can see, I've already torn up the tin foil. Figured no sense in showing you that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to trim around the original pieces with a Dremel. And hopefully everything looks pretty good. Our next step after that will be to sand it all smooth, get rid of some of these high spots and imperfections, and then clear coat it. All right, so this stuff, the dust from it is really nasty. You don't want it in your lungs, you don't want it in your eyes. So make sure that you wear a mask, preferably a respirator if you have access to one. If not, a dust mask will suffice. And make sure that you use eye protection. All right, guys. As you can see, it is not going well. The fit, the finish, trash, absolute trash. This piece is never going to look right. So what went wrong? Well, to do complex shapes and pieces like this, I think what you really need is to vacuum bag these parts. There's just too much going on. And if you don't vacuum bag, you end up with air pockets causing high spots. And when you go to sand, you tear through the resin and get down into the material, and there's still plenty of low spots. I could probably sand this smooth and then paint it, but that would be my only option. And even then, there's going to be all this fibrous material sticking through, and it's just not going to look good. So that's the finished portion of it. The fit portion, you know, there's at a glance from a distance, it looks like maybe there's some hope, but when I get this closer, I mean, we've got gaps all through here. It's wavy. We've got gaps here. Got gaps all the way around here. It's just never going to look good. Gaps, huge gap back here. So, ultimately, I would say don't undertake this project. Unless you're a professional, just don't do it. For the time, for the effort, for the expense. Since this is my second time doing this project, I have spent as much on material as I would have for a professionally created product. And the worst part is, since I can't get it looking right, I'm going to have to spend even more to get new pieces. Because as I alluded to in my last video, the aluminum got destroyed. So there's really no going back. All I can really do at this point is remove my Kevlar pieces and go back to raw plastic. Now I could paint these, and that'll get me by for now. But the way they're designed to have an overlay. So without an overlay, I'll bring this closer again. So without an overlay, there's gaps around the handle, especially where I've nicked into it a little bit, and slight gaps up here. So, yeah. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. Man. If you look at the back of this, you'll see everywhere where there's air pockets. all through here. Yeah, this is something you need to do using the vacuum bagging technique. Trying to hand lay it on there and just let gravity do its thing, that's just, you're not going to get a good product that way. So, yeah, that's where we're at. Gonna tear this all down, clean up the plastic, and probably just throw it back together. Then jump online and see what other solutions I can find for something a little nicer. So, that's going to do it for this episode. I want to thank you for watching. If you liked watching me destroy the interior of this car, then hit that like and subscribe. If you hated watching me destroy the interior of this car, hit that like and subscribe. Then check back often for new episodes.